The concept behind Marguerite is pretty cool, though. Her transformation is actually kind of sick. I hate this fucking fight coming up, though. But the concept behind it is pretty cool.
What the fuck? Well, that's special.
She's kind of like a... Like, her limbs have stretched out, and she has taken on a arachnid-like appearance. So she crawls on the wall like a spider would, and she spits out bugs and shit that you have to periodically manage. And it's kind of cool. Like, it's a neat idea conceptually. I just hate the execution of the actual fight, which we're gonna do in a second, because I really, really, really have to use the restroom. So we're gonna go back here for a second and steel ourselves in the safety of the trailer. Never thought people would be resorting to a trailer for comfort. I need to make sure I have enough inventory space. I think 5 spaces should be more than enough. I also really, 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 really want to get my hands on that upgraded beef shotgun before we go back to fight Marguerite. I have 2 rounds to expend, but I don't know if there's anything that I can fight with these 2 rounds that would make my life easier. So I might just have to give up the 2 rounds. Because I think, honestly, giving up the 2 rounds for the increase in damage against Marguerite will be beneficial. So I think the trade-off will be well worth it. But I really want to put these rounds to use if I can. But I don't think I'm going to be able to. See, that needs unlocking. I've always felt like first person should have just been an option. Making it first person, at least IMO, doesn't make this any more scary. I think it does and it doesn't. So for like the, when I first played this game, and Mia cuts your hand off with the chainsaw, and she like stabs your hand with the screwdriver, that fucking part, when I first played this game, had my jaw drop. Like, I was in disbelief that this was still a Resident Evil game. So much like when Resident Evil 4 first came to be, and I did not believe it was a Resident Evil game at first, I similarly could not believe that this was a Resident Evil title as well. And I was fucking impressed as hell at, like, how gritty and rough and in your face and fucking terrifying this shit would have been had you been in Ethan's shoes. And I was fucking mad impressed. I really was. And I've since come down from that, but it's hard to forget your first experience with a game, I think. I think it's very difficult to forget your first experience, so, like, I just have it in my head that, like, this game fucked me up when I first played it. And it was so cool. It was such a cool feeling. And, now that I'm returning and I'm playing the game at an older age, and I'm more analytical, and I'm more mature, and I'm more, decisive, and I'm more methodical in the way that I go about things, and, you know, analytically looking at game structure, and, you know, presentation and components, and underlying supportive mechanics, and, other things like that. It's very, 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 very fucking different when you've already experienced the game and now you're revisiting it to look at the structure of it and, like, the composition that went into the game and, like, the ideas that they had and how they executed them and what's good and what's bad. What could they take from this that was positive? What should they do away with to make sure that it doesn't happen again and refine the experience to be something better? This game I still think is very, 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 very fucking cool. It's probably up there with one of my favorite Resident Evils. At least the first half of the game. The first half of the game I think is fucking awesome. The second half of the game can fuck off. Like, the second half of this game I admittedly fucking despise. I do not like the second half of this game at all. It makes sense, though, because it focuses on different elements. And it still retains its survival horror nature, just not as well as the first half of the game does, in my opinion. Hold on. I gotta think for a minute. So I'm sorry, let me trail off and just focus on doing shit for a sec. Let's see, I need burner fuel, that's what I need. Or I need solid fuel, that's what I'm looking for. Do I have any of that? I don't. I must have converted it all. Shit. Okay, well that's fine. That's okay. Whatever. Not a big deal. Oh, I do have solid fuel. Okay. Alright, that's what I was looking for. God damn it. It was just at the very bottom, so I didn't know it was there. Okay, so with that I can make grenade rounds. And then I can pump that away. That's what I remember being able to make. That's why I was saying that if you combine the chem fluid with, solid fuel, you get burner fuel. But if you take the strong chem fluid, you get something else. And that's what it was. And I only really noticed when I picked up the flame rounds for the G launcher when I just picked it up a little while ago. When I used the crow key on the door. But it was this that I knew Ethan was very different. Yeah, Ethan's a very unique protag, even for Resident Evil standards. I mean, especially for Resident Evil standards. Because a lot of the protags within Resident Evil are quite interchangeable, and you don't really think about that until you do. And then you're like, oh, well, like, Claire's in this game, why couldn't Claire just take the place of Leon? It'd be the exact same kind of fucking scenario. So, like, I think, honestly, when Capcom goes and remakes the games, they need to have a more centralized focus on making the characters feel very different from one another. Sorry, I said one each other for some reason. And make them very different personalities, I think. Because, like, they present the different personalities really well, but, like, the way they execute things, like, you know how Leon has his suave kind of, like, nonchalant, not give a fuck, sassy kind of approach to shit? At least modern Leon. Claire similarly has her thing with the bowgun, and Claire has a very different air of atmosphere than Leon does. Chris is kind of just gung-ho and punches shit, and, like, he's kind of just brute force, you know? Leon is, like, tactical force. Claire is kind of like... I think what they should do is they should add a dynamic element with her bowgun, is what I think. Because the bowgun was the initial... like, Code Veronica was the birth of the bowgun, I think. Like, Resident Evil 2 introduced it, but Claire made it her own thing in Code Veronica. So I think they should make the bowgun, like, a staple part of her character, you know? Like, kinda how Leon has the knife in RE4 Remake. Where he can parry and do shit like that, or whatever. That's his, like, tactical approach to combat. I think Claire should have her own unique thing with the bowgun. And that Chris should have his own unique method to approach combat in the RE5 remake. And it should be like it was, where there's a codependency with Sheva, but it's gotta be more dynamic than it was before. Like, it can't just be bully an enemy by simply kicking it around and punching it back and forth like it's a hacky sack. Like, they need to do something more with it. Like, they need it to be deeper. I loved the parry mechanic in RE4 too. And I usually hate the oversaturated trope of adding parries to things when it's not necessary. But RE4 did it and embraced it in such a natural manner that it didn't feel like it was plugged into the game for no reason. Like, it felt like it had intent and purpose. And it was cool to explore, and it was good to adapt to the enemy movesets and the dynamics of all the enemies that you fight, and all the differences in opponents that you face, and stuff like that. And I thought it was really well done. Sorry, I could be doing this a lot faster. I'm just, like, I'm thinking one space, and I'm, like, trying to execute another. So I think I got my magnum ammo from the old house. I think I went and picked it up. But I need more magnum rounds. That's the problem, is I was relying on the magnum to fuck up Marguerite, but now I don't think 3 magnum rounds is gonna put her down. I need to go get that old shotgun, and if there's nothing I can do, then there's nothing I can do, so hold on. Because I think I remember there being some items up top. And we're gonna go get those items real quick. And as much as this sucks to do all this stupid backtracking that I really don't need to fucking do, from what I'm experiencing with normal difficulty is I need to fucking take everything that I can get. Okay, so we got a treasure photo. I think I know where that is. I think that's back in the trailer. Because there was a toilet there as well. Okay, I hear Marguerite. She's having a field day. We'll have a field day with her very soon. Not quite yet, but pretty soon. Oh, we need a lockpick for that. Motherfucker, I don't have a lockpick. Nothing underneath the table? Okay. I'm just trying to be very, very, very analytical here. Like, I'm just trying to, like, make sure that I'm, like, being as grubby as possible and as greedy as possible. I'm trying to get, like, every little thing I can scrape together. And so, like, the reason, forgive me for going back to this for a minute, but, like, I just want to give more context as to where I'm coming from in terms of enemy health and dynamic. Resident Evil games have a very large centric focus on tanking when it comes to the final boss and the later game boss fights. So let me take RE0 for example. Resident Evil 0, you have the giant millipede that grabs Rebecca, right? And at that point you have the shotgun and you're supposed to have the grenade launcher. So they expect you to go ham with those two weapons to be able to save her, correct? So you do that, and you save Rebecca, and it's cool. Later on in the game, you fight the Tyrant, and the Tyrants fucking suck, so of course you're gonna pull out the Magnum, of course you're gonna pull out the big dick weaponry, of course you're gonna face fuck it with your strongest stuff. But when you introduce an enemy that you know is the first enemy that you've ever come across in the game, and it's your standard, you know, it's your standard foe. And sometimes you pop it in the head with like 2 or 3 pistol rounds and it falls over and it's just dead. Or you can shoot it with like 8 or 9 body shots, maybe 10 body shots, maybe 11 body shots and it dies. Okay, and then you take that same enemy and you give it 5 times the health for no fucking reason. Cause like there were times when I shot Molded with like 2 shotgun rounds or 3 shotgun rounds. And then I shot them with like 10 or 15 pistol rounds, and they would not die. And I'm forced to restart a segment. That is not good dynamic. I'm sorry, but it's not. Like, that's not good. Because I know that enemy is weak. I know that enemy is the first enemy that I've ever encountered. Why is this one so much stronger than the others? It's not a named enemy. It's not lore-based. It's not a special fucking unique enemy. Why is it so much stronger? It's fucking retarded. It makes no sense. Why do that? And that's what I mean. Like, when I'm looking at those segments and I'm pissed off that I have to restart, it's not that I'm mad because I suck and I'm trying to mask it and blame the game like it's the game's fault. I'm genuinely looking at it structurally and I'm like, this sucks. This is not good. Like, this makes no sense. This doesn't feel organic. It doesn't feel right, it doesn't feel valid, and it feels like it's pulling me out of the immersion of the game. You know, the experience that the game is trying to provide, and it's trying to sit here and say, oh, this enemy is that strong, when I know it isn't. It's just, it's bullshit to me. Like, I just, it's unjustifiable to me. Like, I don't get it. There's no space, there is no universe, there is no parallel dimension, there is no Avengers level bullshit where, like, this enemy is just so absurdly fucking strong that he can beat Saitama from One Punch Man. There's no reason I should need to pump this fucking asshole with like 5 shotgun rounds to be able to kill it. I'm sorry, that's stupid. You know what's not stupid? Lockpicks. Lockpicks are very not stupid. I like lockpicks. Lockpicks are nice. You know what? Which, come to think of, I think there's a thing back here that we can go unlock. If I'm not mistaken. Also, if I remember correctly, I think we have some uninvited visitors that show up back here. Do we not? Oh, no, we don't. Okay. I thought there were some dudes in here. Okay. I was gonna finally find something to use those goddamn shotgun rounds on that I've been bitching about for the past fucking hour. But I guess not. We got a first aid med. That's pretty cool. Actually, how many of those do I have? Like 5 now, I think? I mean, we're gonna have to use 1, so we're gonna have 4, so... But I think that's going to be enough for the Marguerite fight. Plus, I'm pretty sure we get, like, a giant stockade of resources in there. If I'm not mistaken. I think they, like, compensate us with a lot of good shit. So, true to its name, the greenhouse is going to bear us a lot of healthy stuff. Which is nice. considering it's gonna be full of bugs and stuff like that. So, I'm gonna need the knife. I'm taking the shotgun. That's what I meant to do, god damn it. I'm sorry, I have to go back into the house. I'm so distracted. I have to go back into the house and replace the shotgun. That's what I went in there for initially, and I forgot about it because I was infatuated with lockpicks. I was seduced by the lockpick. Yeah. Alright, so let's take this shotgun. Let's put that shotgun in his hand. Oh, I have to... Yeah, okay. There we go. I was wondering why that wasn't working. Right. Now that I have the extra beefy shotgun, now we have to go use the repair kit. And honestly, I probably should have done this earlier, but I didn't see much point to doing it, because I know there wasn't a very big reliance on firearms, except for the burner, throughout that entire house segment. So, let me grab the repair kit. That's what I need. And then I'm thinking the shotgun is going to be very, very good for taking down Marguerite. At least I hope so. So if all else fails and I run out of grenades and I run out of magnum rounds, like if for whatever reason she doesn't die in 6 grenade rounds and 6 magnum rounds, I have a fuck ton of shotgun ammo to pump her full. And then I'm going to take my health. I need my health for damn sure. And I gotta take one of those straight off the bat. And I don't know how many I'm gonna have to burn through to be able to get through her, but hopefully it's not too many. And then all this stuff can stay. I have the upgraded pistol rounds. I have some regular pistol rounds. I think we find some pistol rounds in there as well, so I'm gonna bring my stock of regular pistol rounds as well. And then I want to make sure that my pistol is loaded with regular rounds in case I need to fight some of the flying insects. Because I don't like taking them out with the knife. I like shooting them from range with the pistol. Where am I going? You fucking idiot. I have to go back this way. My bad. So that leads me to mention another criticism that I have. The psychostimulant mechanic is fucking stupid to me. Like, you have to take these consumable pills so you can detect items that aren't there unless you take these pills. But the effects only last a short time. Why even introduce a mechanic like that? Why not just cleverly hide the stuff like you do with the magnum ammo? Like, stuff it behind a desk like this, so you have to be very attentive. That's what the X-ray glasses and whatever are for. You know, when you unlock them. That plays into that whole mechanic. Unless the X-ray glasses give you the effect of the psychostimulants, then okay. But, like, I don't know if that's what they do or not. I didn't get the burner, did I? I did not get the burner. Fuck, that's problematic. Because if I remember right, I need the burner, and now that I've dropped down in here, we don't have it. So, I might end up having to restart this, so apologies if I do. Because as much as I don't want to break the immersion, I don't think I'm going to be able to help it if I do need the burner. So, let me throw my pistol back up here. I'm not going to be using the knife very much in this fight, I don't think. So, this is what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to pop up here. I don't know if the damage you do to her here affects her overall health threshold or not. Alright, let's get some early headshots.
Here I come.
Let's heal, Ethan. Oh shit. I didn't expect her to be right there. Nice. Magnum. There's no way that missed. Shit. Okay, I think I missed a couple Magnum rounds. I'm not gonna lie, I think I missed a couple Magnum rounds. But I really don't want to restart, although I normally would, because I want to keep the immersion of the fight for you guys, if I can. But that really does suck that I missed a couple Magnum shots. I'm pretty sure I missed one or two. Where is she? So this is how I usually fight this boss. I'm pretty sure they expect you to run around. But the more you run around, the more difficult you make it on yourself, because you attract the attention of a lot of, like, random little bugs and enemies and stuff like that. So I like to camp right here. This is always how I do this boss. Yeah. Get down from there. Fucking bitch. She's gotta be hurting pretty bad. I don't think she's close to dead, but she's probably, like, a little bit more than halfway there. I wish I could see her health values, but I can't. Okay, this is where she summons the bugs. When she makes that noise. Because her birth canal is, like, super infested with a lot of nasty, bad shit. And I'm guessing the concept behind her is just to get across that her hygiene has not been all that great. And that makes a lot of sense. No way did that miss. I'm sorry, go fuck yourself. No, it didn't. That did not miss. There's no reason that should have sailed below her, but okay. Yeah, get out of here, you skank. Get out of here, skank bitch. I haven't healed yet, have I? Oh, I did heal. Okay. Marguerite does a lot of fucking goddamn damage. So if she hit me without healing, I'd probably die. Unless I'm blocking it. If I'm blocking it and it's an arm swipe, I'd probably be good, but aside from that, if she hits me with, like, her lunge move, I'd be fucking dead, especially if I tanked it to the mouth without blocking. Okay. Let's wait for you. Nice. Okay. Swap to heavy rounds. Because I want to try and save a little bit of shotgun ammo if I can. Oh, she doesn't like that. She does not like the heavy rounds. Is she dead? Nice, she's dead. Fuck yeah. Okay, those heavy pistol rounds are way, way beefier than I thought they were. Those heavy pistol rounds are nuts. Fuck yeah. Alright. That's Marguerite down.
Fucking stay dead, okay?
Yeah, so that's how I do the Marguerite fight. And then, something I never really knew about before is if you kill Marguerite, all her bugs disappear. So rather than using the burner and running around and getting the bugs off of everything, if you just kill her, all the bugs die. So that's pretty cool. So remember that door down there is locked, which is why I'm running up here. I remember that. Like, my memory is very good when it comes to particular things. When it comes to important things, I don't typically remember shit. But when it comes to little out-of-place, inconspicuous, random, dumb shit, I tend to remember everything. It's really weird. It's very, selective, and I think it's because my one-track mind kind of supports it. What? What's happening? What's happening? I don't know what the fuck that was. Okay. I'm just going to assume it's the game making spooky noises, trying to put me off and scare the fuck out of me. So that sucks. I did miss one grenade, and I missed a couple magnum rounds, but that's fine. Boss is dead, so I don't care. I'm sure they'll give me more magnum rounds later. And we don't really need to use the magnum until, like, maybe endgame, I think. Solid fuel and some chem fluid. Okay, so my problem now is that I don't have any space for anything. So rather than stupidly put all my resources into things that I don't need, I'm gonna make a run out to the item box real fast. And I'm just gonna do a item dump, and we're gonna come back and grab all this shit. And I blame her stupid fucking lantern for that. I was gonna say, I remember there's something in that drawer. I don't know what the fuck I picked up, but it looked green, so I'm going to assume it's shotgun shells.